When I tell y'all there is so much happening, there is so much going on. So today I'm gonna do a video that's a little bit different. Lord, it's about to rain, so I gotta hurry up, you guys. I'm gonna do a video that's a little bit different. This is just really odd. Let me know what you think about this.
At the end of the day, we're going to have to need a government in Iran that not only hands over the nuclear material, stops threatening the Straits of Hormuz, but quits exporting the Islamic Revolution throughout the region.
I'll tell you this, I don't know what that's about. I don't know what's going on, but I know that something's not right. Something is not right with this. There is a lot happening, you guys. And when I say that people are preparing, I want you to know that the elites and the people that have money, down to the people who run this country, are preparing for something. This ballroom that has people up in arms, and rightfully so, when the average American is struggling. Mind you, this ballroom costs $400 million. We are going to get into it because actually now we know what all is under the ballroom. It's just not your regular typical ballroom. It's what's under the ballroom. It makes you think, what's to come? What are they preparing for? Let's get right into it. We are going to be tackling a lot of different subjects.
The ballroom is really a shield and protecting all of the things that are built here. This goes, as you see, it's already up to the ground. This goes down very deep. You get a better view right over here. This is down because we've already done these floors. But these are already down 2 floors. That is down about 6 stories deep. That's big stuff. Normally when you build a ballroom, you build it flat. You just build a ballroom. It would have been built. The complexity of this, and again, it's all knit. It's all knit together between the drone proofing, the missile proofing, we have, and the drone capacity upstairs. We can have all sorts of military up, whether, I hate to use the word snipers, but we have great sniper capacity. It's built for our snipers, not the enemy snipers, our snipers.
Next, we're going to focus on the diseases that are going around. And it's not like these are brand new diseases, right? The hantavirus has been around for a while. Ebola has been around. It's not unheard of diseases, but it's the way in which they are popping up and the way that they are spreading. So initially we were told, and it's funny, I haven't heard anything about hantavirus in a couple of weeks, but anyways, they are talking about Ebola and focusing a lot on Ebola and the spread and the rapid spread of Ebola. And keep in mind, just like we saw back in 2019, 2020, when everything really started popping off, this is starting to mimic this in a sense.
The Ebola outbreak is reaching breakneck speed as Uganda has now closed its border with the Democratic Republic of Congo. World health officials say that this outbreak has the potential of being the largest Ebola outbreak and deadliest Ebola outbreak in history because we are so behind the 8 ball because of Trump cuts to USAID and the pulling out of the World Health Organization.
Tonight is now asking for volunteers to help screen travelers arriving in the U.S. for Ebola. And the concern now with the World Cup soon being held in the U.S.
Tonight, the CDC sending an urgent request to its staff members for help screening Americans returning to the U.S. from Central Africa for any potential signs of Ebola. The internal email obtained by ABC News and sent by acting CDC Director Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, asking for volunteers to bolster efforts at airports to check passengers for symptoms like fever. Bush Intercontinental Airport in Houston, Texas, now one of just 3 entry points, along with Virginia's Washington Dulles and Hartsfield-Jackson in Atlanta, for U.S. citizens who have been in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Uganda, or South Sudan in the last 3 weeks. Non-Americans are currently banned from entering the country if they've recently traveled to those areas.
You know what's funny to me? They're asking for volunteers. Like, you have the nerve to ask for volunteers for screening, yet people are struggling for food, can't pay their bills, and you want somebody to do this for free. I understand doing things out of the kindness of your heart. I'm that type of person. But when it comes to this, absolutely not. Not only that, there have been a lot of positions that have been cut. There were people that have done this before, but I'm sure their positions have been cut. If I'm being very honest with you, this is starting to remind me of 2020. So it's like, what's happening? Because there were screenings and checkpoints and all this that you had to hop through before you went in, doctor's offices and buildings. They wanted to check your temp. And this is, I don't know. Now there are actual restrictions that are being put in place.
The United States of America is breaking from past precedent and will be sending Ebola patients, Americans that contract Ebola in the Democratic Republic of Congo or in East Africa if the outbreak spreads, to a facility in Kenya, not to a facility in the United States of America.
Something else that we're experiencing is this very odd weather. So we know that cloud seeding happens, weather manipulation is happening. Like, I've talked to you guys about that plenty of times, but it's so weird how, you know, you have a lot of places, most of America is in drought-like conditions. You can have snow happening in one place, like in Wisconsin a couple of weeks ago, they were having snow. Like, who has snow in the middle of May? And in New York, you were having major flooding. And it seemed like that happened in New York a couple of years ago where they had some kind of major flooding going on as well. Very odd.
The world is in for an El Nino event, driven by warmer than average waters in the Pacific Ocean. This year, that global weather pattern could be more severe than normal, something meteorologists call a super El Nino.
We are saying that the El Nino is likely to happen, and this event will be strong.
That means some countries will see severe flooding, while others will be hit with hotter heat waves and even drier droughts. El Niños happen every 2 to 7 years.
If you think that our government or anybody else is coming to save you, you are absolutely wrong. All around you have a level of uncertainty. There's a lot happening. There's a lot going on. You don't know what's going to happen from day to day. I do just want to encourage you to make sure that you are preparing to the best of your ability. We see the signs. It's up to you whether you want to ignore them or not. I would say do not depend on anyone but yourself. If you think the government is going to come save you and rescue you, you are, thinking wrong. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Please make sure to drop down a comment down below. I am in the comment sections off and on. I will talk to you later. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video.